We get to the match. Mima Ito will start with the serves in this best of 5. Love all. This is very smart here. Chung I-Ching on the receive, able to keep Mima Chan away from the table where she's far less threatening. Easier said than done though. Specifics on the placement, spin to the baseline. And a quality receive here. I-Ching keeping the racket very high for that fast long serve to the backhand. Well, now I-Ching with an off-speed serve here. Seems to float a little bit, but comes in. Heavy spin goes straight down.
1-3.
First point for Mima Ito now on the scoreboard in the touch game nonetheless. Mima Ito, one of the fastest reaction times in the game, one of the most aggressive players too. Sort of set a tone. Miyuki Hara to follow.
1-4.
You can see the stress here. Mima Ito just trying to settle into her game.
Net 1-4.
A bit more spin on this one. Mima Ito with a more traditional shot here. Again, the thing that makes her, one of the things that makes her so dangerous is the fact that she's so confident to play very aggressive without so much spin, but they're really slowing it down a bit, securing the shot to come down. Still a 2-point lead here for I-Ching. Those are the pips on the backhand, the Reds side.
5-2.
Players with a lot of freedom of choice in terms of what they can use. Mima clearly going through a lot in her head right now to find answers. Scoreline looking good in the start here for I-Ching. A nice long push deep on the table here. It's tough to rally with Mima Ito. Generally, there aren't a lot of long rallies with her. The question is just keeping her uncomfortable. Controlled shots, surprise placement, low and spinny.
3-6.
I-Ching doing an excellent job to break the timing right now. Mima Ito hasn't been able to find answers. Beautiful block here, perfectly in position, and I-Ching with the racket high plays it down the line. 7 of the first 10 points. The step around, the power Mima smash blocked back. Mima smash, I-Ching shield.
And a
good deep serve right now. Mima Ito looks more out of sorts than we've seen, courtesy of the performance from Chung I-Ching, doing an excellent job here to start off.
3-9.
And even if that ball comes over, that short push to the forehand side, you could see that Chung I-Ching was right there. Watch her follow her serve. Perfectly in position, not anticipating, just moving quickly and reacting. Ripping backhand. The form that we've seen Chung I-Ching in here so far this event has really just been next level. 7 game points for Chung I-Ching. Nice change of spin on the serve. Still deep on the table, but not the top. Mostly side here. Wow, that's really fast and really deep. 6 game points left, serves on her side. There it is, 11-4, a dominant game number 1. Taisuke Matsuzaki watching on. How clean has I-Ching's game been? If you started watching from the round of 32, congratulations, wise decision. Manika Batra, the golden girl of India, completely shut down by Chung I-Ching, who was in incredible form. A little bit off the top of the net on the way over, but a low drive here. That heavy top spin with a lot of forward motion. Nice tight serve, and Mima Ito now on the scoreboard. Mima Ito in the first round getting through Elisabetta Samara, the defeater of Chun Meng from not long ago.
3-1.
It just reminds me of that one match with Du Hoi Kim, I want to say Austria Open 2018, against Mima Ito after she went on just an absolute spraying spree through the Chinese women. Clever idea here from I-Ching, but behind the table it's going to be tough to get the ball past on the angles. Nice long serve. She'll do what she can to stay in closer to the table, but Mima Ito makes that very tough with those fast, aggressive shots. And a spin counter from Mima Ito. I really feel like we're watching her play a game that she's not used to playing. She introduces side spin here and there. That's a beautiful side topspin shot. But we see a lot of just kill shots. Flat hits through the ball. Either way, it's tied up.
Net 3-all.
Much better start from Mima Ito here in game 2.
Four, 3.
And I-Ching trying to vary the spin and the depths on the table, but Mima Ito moving well in and out to adjust. And deep on the table she goes to the backhand side. Mima Ito with 4 points in a row from down 1-3. Again, it's a question of space, sharing the table. How to move back in against the shots that come deep.
3-6.
Mima Ito's found ways now to keep Cheng I-Ching less confident. Big part of that for me. Varying placements on the table. Sometimes a bit deeper, sometimes also the rotation variation. Sometimes a bit flatter coming in to get a higher one to attack. Oh, perfect point from Mima Ito. They both played well in this one. Both played their shots. It's interesting when you hear the interviews. Ugo Calderano, after playing Omar Asar, said neither of us were playing especially well. The player's very honest and they know, and they're playing at the highest level. But Mima Ito with 7 of the last 8 points.
7-4.
A much needed point here. I-Ching looking to stay loose. Spin and stay close. That step around forehand of hers can be quite dangerous. She's a powerful player. Excellent point. Mima Ito with the net on the way over. The rally really getting deep here. You don't see Mima Ito behind the table too much in general. Nice jumping backhand from I-Ching, but on top of the bounce right there. Mima Ito ready with the response. There it is. From the baseline of the table, sets up the rip. Pendulum serve, half long to the forehand side, gets a passive receive out of Mima Ito.
And
a nice deep push. Again, those short pips add some variation to the game. It's tough to know how much spin Mima Ito's imparting when she plays those shots. Although if you can do it against Monica Batra, you can adjust to anybody. The power of the backhand, a long way to go still, but it's getting closer. 3 points between them. Nice combination there, one to the elbow, then deep to the backhand corner. Smart placement.
7-9.
I-Ching knows that Mima Ito is going to go to that wide forehand corner to cover the open table and hits it right back into the body. Jams her up in the middle. Ooh, attempted long serve sets up 3 game points for Mima Ito. These two have had nail-biting encounters in the past. 1 point away from leveling the playing field. This time the long serve pays off. Variation in the rotation. So third towel break, 2 points between them. Serves back with Mima Ito. Some of Mima's greatest supporters there. Stay with her all the time through thick and thin. Excellent combination, the placement and the pushing game. Now, if there were a coach in the corner that could actually talk and not just hang off the backpack, that coach might call timeout. Mima Ito had 2 game points. We'll see if she can solve this without having to pull the card, the timeout card. And the counter, the smash, the Mima smash does it. The change-up of placement on the serve. Here starts off game 3 with the serves. And a nice punchy backhand, the Mima punch wide to the forehand side. Why does she get her own nickname for that shot? Well, because generally, she can play it with such a short stroke that it's just stingy like a thumb prick. Just fast snaps out of nowhere. Now, even the way Mima Ito's moving now, you can feel that she's more confident. She's found her flow and her rhythm, but CHENG I-Ching with the spinny, very comfortable, fluid shot as well. It's good to see these two playing at their best.
2-1.
Nice introduction of side spin there, but I-Ching not bothered. Subtle adjustments to the bending backhand. Nice patient play and a parallel backhand from I-Ching to set up this 3-1 lead. Takes her time there. Really sits, gets in position, doesn't show where she's gonna go.
Net 1-3.
Oh, beautiful counter. Had to lean low to keep that one down. Gets right on top of this heavy top spin shot, and I-Ching exploiting the open corner. Heavy spin comes in, long push back. Core strength on this one. 6 of the last 8 for CHENG I-Ching.
5-1.
Back edge of the table there. Mima Ito checking the racket to make sure it didn't damage the equipment. Sometimes the umpire will call to ask and see. That's how close to that back edge that was. Perfection in the half long. Once again, I-Ching hits her opponent in the shirt. I guess it's the first time she hit her in the shirt, but it's the second time she's countered that big opening shot to the forehand. Heavy spin, perfect placement to the short side. I-Ching ending the point immediately when it hits the body. Anything that's not the hand holding the racket or the racket.
1-7.
That means the hand that holds the racket between the wrist and the fingertips is still considered part of the racket if it hits the hand and then comes back into play. The point continues.
1-8.
I-Ching continuing to run ahead here. Remember, CHENG I-Ching 2 of 11. While she's beaten Mima Ito twice before, more than 80% of her matches, she's been beaten by Mima Ito.
Net line 1.
Even though it's a let serve, that's a very unusual sort of let service receive.
Net line 1.
Similar here. Ball kid on it. The fluid backhand once again, and look at the scoreboard now. CHENG I-Ching with 9 game points for an authoritative victory here in the third. Camp Ito, 13 of the last 16 points. Ju Yuling and a handful of others. Some major events. Ooh, back edge. Interesting. Sounded like it hit, guess not. First point to CHENG I-Ching. Quality rally here, and Ito on top of the bounces finishes successfully here, equaling her score from last game. Thought CHENG I-Ching did well to stay with the rally as long as she did, but wider and wider, Ito takes the ball so early for those angles. Clever play. The placement right down the line. One way to finish the point here, follows her serve. Nice idea from I-Ching. Puts herself in a defensive position after Mima Ito's fast feet get her there.
Net 2-1.
Nice placement on the serve. Ito leaving it near that back edge. And the spin game, I-Ching from behind the table is going to have a tough time. That said, points-wise, it's not even close right now. CHENG I-Ching has been way ahead of her opponent overall. Banana split. Comes in with side and what appears to be underspin on it. So I-Ching looking back at the coaching bench. Wow. So tough to read. Ito just at the very edge of the racket, getting all that racket speed to generate the spin. Off the short pip side, so just a whole lot to figure out there in terms of the rotation itself.
5-2.
Mima Ito in a good position here, quite the opposite of last game. At least a stark difference, you could say. Second serve here, she sizes up her opponent, CHENG I-Ching. It's interesting to follow these stars through their careers. Mima Ito as a young teenager was beating players in the top 20. Nice pressure down the middle. CHENG I-Ching deep on the table. Again, so much brain power is needed to identify the rotation on every shot. That second to last ball there that Mima Ito hit. Mima Ito's last successful shot in that rally would end the rally against most players. And creating the opening here, I-Ching turns from the middle to play the wide forehand, exploits the corner, and is right back in this 3 points in a row. Well prepared wide base, that twist, the side spin as well. All the ingredients there for a delicious after dinner point.
Five, 6.
And a timeout now on Mima-chan's side. But it's Mima Ito back from her timeout with her second serve here. The placement and the follow-up, it takes two, a two-shot combination here. Both had to be just right, and I-Ching continues to move ahead. In all fairness, CHENG I-Ching has spent most of her career in the top 10 in the world. I just think of her as sort of the world number 5, maybe at a low point world number 8, but back and forth in there. So right now at world number 20, she's climbing back up the charts.
8-5.
And a good deep serve here. The greatest threat to Team China right there on screen, Mima Ito. This rally goes a few shots longer than I thought it might. Good opening there. Take another look at the third ball here. Heavy spin comes in, quick counter deep. Short side just catching the very top of the net there on the way over. The Mima smash. Ooh.
6 line.
I-Ching sang. Caught the edge. Wow, very faint. This is tough. Mima smash. Well, from that camera angle, you couldn't see, but the umpire also pointing at it, so the sound must have been there. This is the angle. Ooh. Interesting.
10, 6.
And now it is 4 game and match points to CHENG I-Ching. Team Jing in the house. Some fans cheering on CHENG I-Ching. A big win here, CHENG I-Ching, for the 3rd time in her career, has taken down the Japanese superstar.